All right, we're live.
We are live. Clem, let me tell you three things. Let me tell you four things. Let me tell you five things. Five good things for you today, all right? Number one, this is one of our last DeGrom days of the year as he tries to dig himself out of this little hole and pull off a three-peat in the Cy Young crown. That's a good thing. Number two, I'm going into my fridge here. I'm grabbing myself an ice-cold Frosty Coors Light with the Blue Mountains because it's game time. It's Gotta Believe pod time, and that means it's Coors Light time. Number three, I have Stickies. Are you privy to Stickies? Do you know what Stickies is, Clem?
You told me about Stickies, I think, the other day with the really good sauce, right?
Yes. So I don't know if Stickies is a chain. I don't know if it's around or if it's just a one-off in Manhattan. But Stickies is a chicken finger joint. It's called Sticky's Finger Joint, which is pretty. I mean, I don't know. That's either good branding or great branding. Okay. They got this great sauce that I like, so I'm happy that I'm eating Stickies. Number four. Season is fraudulent. Uncle Stevie is coming anyway. He's cleaning house, and the Brody Van Wagonin the wheels are off, and he's fucking gone. And number five, God almighty, did we dodge a bullet? The report that A-Rod was going to keep Jeff Wilpon on board is fucking number six. Sandy Alderson's coming back in a limited capacity, which I love. I both guys, two guys who I love. But also, they needed to be fired when they did get fired with Minaya and Alderson. They ran their course, and eventually you need some change. But I love both of those guys, and both of them being involved in some capacity. Minaya being involved in like international scouting, Sandy doing whatever Sandy does. Although I don't want his cheap money ball ass messing anything up. I want him being like, well, it'd be more cost effective if we did it this way. And I want Steve to be like, nobody fucking cares. But those are six good things right now that we could talk about with the New York fucking Metropolitans and or my beer choice and or my chicken choice, because my mountains are frosty blue.
It was blue.
That means I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
A six-pack of chill out, celebrate responsibly. I love it, Kev.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. If we
Yes.
could do that every night, that would be a victory. That's not going to happen.
Who says I'm negative? Who says I'm all bad all the time? I just give you six fucking good things in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Fuck off.
The guy's living in the jurisdiction of anarchy, and he fucking is giving you guys nothing but
Hey,
positive,
I will
nothing
tell
but
you
positive
what.
vibes.
This is a Mets broadcast. We don't need to get into it. When I heard that New York City, it's a New York podcast right now. When I heard that New York City got classified as an anarchist jurisdiction, it did not even run through my mind that would be a debatable political issue. I thought, this is so ridiculous, we'll all be able to laugh at it. And boy, let me tell you something, the folks on Instagram, they ain't laughing, Clem. They ain't laughing one little bit. And apparently the new definition of crime, of anarchy, is just crime. They're like, why don't you go to dangerous neighborhoods at nighttime and see about it then? It's like, yeah, if you go to dangerous neighborhoods in urban cities, there'll always be fucking crime. There'll always be dangerous. Anarchy means you can't even go out on the fucking street. I went out to the park today, Clem. Kids on fucking on scooters, dogs running around playing fetch, people yoga, doing sunbathing. Give me a break, anarchy.
Saying there's danger in dangerous neighborhoods is just admitting, just knowing what the definition of danger is. That's fucking that's in the fucking word dangerous. So
somebody said to me, just because there's not looting and violence and carjackings all the time doesn't mean that it's not happening. I was like, it literally does. You just said just because anarchy is not happening doesn't mean that anarchy is not happening. You dumb fucking assholes.
Just because Jeff doesn't know what he's talking about and doesn't spend any money doesn't make him an incompetent owner.
Exactly. Thank you. Boy.
Don't tell this guy about New York City. This guy's been blogging New York City since no one knew how to fucking read a blog. He's the reason we got fucking jobs in this company, because this company was built on the anarchy of New York City. Barstow, New York was anarchy.
You know what?
Maybe that's
the answer. Maybe I should have done a video and said, we just got classified as an anarchist jurisdiction now. That should have happened in like 2004. What I mean,
I tweeted to John McClane, "Gift, welcome to the party, pal. This shit's been going on for years."
Yo, so listen, I think that the main takeaway from the A-Rod story, it's either one, how much of a bullet we dodged, or two, just in case you forgot. Just in case you got duped by the broadcast and the videos with J-Lo, just remember A-Rod's a fucking snake. And I actually kind of respect it. I like the fact that he's always out here I'll fucking cheat, I'll steal, I'll whatever to get it done. But don't act like you're not doing that. I mean, he said, let me keep this fucking little weasel on, and then maybe I'll get to win the bid, even though I'm not going to match the money. That's all that was going on. The only reason he wanted to keep Jeff Wilpon on is because it was a Hail Mary for him to maybe win the bid with a lower bid. So, I mean, God, what would have happened, Clem? Imagine we get news that the sale goes through, and we're like, all right, listen, sucks that it wasn't Steve, but hey, it's still a billionaire conglomerate. And as we've always said, anything's better than the Wilpons, so let's celebrate. And then like 24 hours later, we find out, no, actually, the Wilpons are still on board. I can't even tell you what would happen. Then you want to see anarchy? You want to see anarchy? Put the Wilpons on. I'll give you some fucking anarchy. Holy shit, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah, so that's exactly like the way the news cycle would have had Rapoli going in, Portnoy getting his little piece. We're dreaming of what we're going to be doing. And then you find out Jeff Wilpon sticking around, and like somehow this Wilpon, they're never going to leave us, sets in, right? And it would have been a soft console for me. It would have been a soft console. Yep. I would have given them a couple years to be like, all right, like maybe they won't fuck this up. But you know those motherfuckers. It's a virus. If you don't cut the virus out, it's just going to spread. And that's exactly what Jeff Wilpon is. That's the reason his dad got in. His dad started as that little 5% minority owner. And he came and he engulfed kicked out Doubleday.
Parasites.
His little parasite son at the top of the org chart. It would have been a soft console, which in 5 years would have been a hard console. But I would have also raised my kids as baseball fans because this is right in the pivotal time. This worked out perfectly for me. I could have gone either way. It would have fucked me. 5 years later, they're rooting for a bunch of dog-ass losers. So that fucking snake A-Rod, I almost blogged it. I didn't think about it till just like an hour ago. I rebuke A-Rod. He's been rebuked. I rebuke that motherfucker. I hate him. I don't even know if he's my coworker or not.
I know. I never know.
I don't know what he is.
Like, yo, like you're gonna do your man dirty like that. I'm like, listen, that guy, he sneaks in the building and sneaks out. He's never once said a nice word. As a matter of fact, if it was me and I was trying to win the bid, you know what I would have done? I would have gone and ingratiated myself to the three of us. So I'm not here to fucking do any favors. He does nothing for me.
That conspiracy theory, though. Oh, let's hear it.
So him and A-Rod had an under-the-table deal, and then our boy Saul got word of it, and that's when he got kicked out of the room because he was in on the negotiations for a long time. And then clearly Saul was like, all right, what's going on here? Like, why are you so buddy and pushing it?
Because everyone who was telling me, everyone was like, dude, Jeff is not involved. I was like, Jeff has been running the show for a decade, and now he's not going to be involved. And then when that report came out, everyone was like, see, I told you so. I think it's much more reasonable that he was involved and then was taken out. And what would cause that? Exactly that.
And the way with
sorry to interrupt, that Jeff Wilpon, the little fucking weasel, the little boy who was just handed it with a silver spoon up his asshole, and to think that A-Rod, the guy who's got caught 1,000 times cheating, are somehow going to out hustle, outsmart, out cheat, and out swindle Stephen A. Cohen? You fucking morons. How dumb do you have to be? It's like taking on Jordan in fucking basketball or gambling or whatever. I mean, like, no fucking shot.
There's a chance, too. I'm telling you, if I get Spiteful Stevie and he does shit just to lampoon A-Rod at every chance he can, where he's like, take him off of Sunday Night Baseball. I'm an owner now. And he gets an uprising, gets air. I want him to fucking to sewer A-Rod every chance he has. I like that conspiracy theory, too, Kyle, because it does kind of make sense that A-Rod was like, if we knew this would have been the price, we would have raised our offer. It seemed like he is mad. He had like a deal that he couldn't actually like finish off. And it's because Saul Katz, and I got a DM from someone who actually said Saul Katz is like a legitimately great dude. Now, granted, anyone that has a lot of money, you feel like has some sort of skeletons in the closet. But this guy, I think his mom had worked or knew Saul Katz, and he took care of her, and she was sick and stuff like that. And
my problem with Saul Katz, my only thing with Saul Katz was always that he just was in the shadows. We always said Saul in the shadows. I'm like, come into the spotlight if you're as smart as you are and you hate Wilpon as much as we do. You're just letting it happen. But finally,
talk about marrying into a family.
Yeah,
he got married into a family, forced to buy a franchise, and then they just wouldn't let him sell it. He's like, I don't even fucking like baseball, guys.
And he does look like a wooden statue. I'm sorry. No matter good guy, bad guy, you look like a wooden statue. You look like a wooden statue. It's one of my favorite comparisons ever. So A-Rod is a hard console for me. All right. I'm not gonna like go over the top and be like I was like the biggest Sandy Olson guy, but I was always very much of like I think Sandy Olson was a very good general manager. I think he had a shit hand with the Wilpons, and my favorite thing about him is he would always like say without saying like, guys, we know like we're fucking screwing the pooch here, and I can't make these moves because
like, he would always say things like kind of like
the constrictions upon us or the challenges we're facing,
available resources or with the circumstances at hand, and it was always like with my shitty fucking owners. It's great.
Yeah, it was very much. I compare him to what's his name? Donnie Walsh. Because both these guys were kind of just like forced on the shitty ownerships of the Knicks and the Mets. And both these guys are professionals. They're good at what they do and they build winners. And then they both left because they were like, I'm sick with these fucking dickheads here. And like the Knicks haven't been good since Donnie Walsh left. The Mets haven't been good since Sandy left. And everyone that's fucking here that's decent and I say consistent because obviously Edwin Diaz now is getting better and Jamie Double Davis is like, you know, a little up and down in the field and stuff like that. Everyone that's good, like Conforto and Dom Smith and fucking Pete Alonso, those are Sandy's guys. So I believe in Sandy. This is the Sandy I think we're going to get that we wanted. Whether I don't think he'll be like the guy, but I think he'll be involved. And he's the guy, obviously, with Billy Bean, who's like he uses his. We're gonna get the money ball with money, which is what I'm hoping.
Yes, I've always thought that. Why don't maybe somebody has done this, but like why don't you take the analytical minds of Moneyball and couple it with, you know, a payroll where it's like, okay, we're going to do all that, but then we're also going to go buy two major bats and a major arm for you. Like, done.
Yeah. Well, that's what Theo does, right? I think it's what Theo did with the Red Sox and the Cubs. I think it was like,
in Moneyball at the end of the movie, he signs on. He's going to sign on with the Red Sox, and then he's like, no, I can't leave. Like, he wants to build the winner in Oakland, and then they hired Theo, and then they won.
So it's like that's what it is. Yeah. Because I mean, to me, like if you give me, let Omar go international, get all the Hispanic guys, let Sandy do some of the like analytical shit, and then have some new like whiz kid wonderkind from, you know, Wall Street be the. I want what? I'll give Sandy like vice president of baseball operations. I'll give Omar like head of international scouting, and then I want a full ass general fucking manager from Cohen's like stable, and that can be the three-headed monster. I remember when it was supposed to be Alderson, DePodesta, and it was a third, wasn't there? And I guess
it was when Sandy had to step down. It was DePodesta, Omar, and
who's the other one? He ended up
kind of an R.
Ricciardi, JP Ricciardi.
Yeah, Ricciardi.
He went to the Browns, right? One of them went to the Browns.
Yes, right.
Which is so fucking like those sister franchises, man. The Jets and the Browns.
By the way, Clem, condolences on Saquon. Saquon to forever.
Saquon to forever. I remember that one. My 2.5-year-old son just said Saquon to forever, and then did this in the bathtub.
It's a tough day right now for New York sports, and it's time for Jake. It's also the exact anniversary of.
DePodesta may come back, according to our boy Joe.
We're getting them all back.
Now wait a minute though. I don't want to keep up with the old ways of retreads. I need some new. I'm okay with some of these guys, but I don't want like the whole fucking stable to just be like guys from fucking 2014, 15, 16. I want some new blood. I want people to be thinking forward, not looking back. I want revolutionary, you know, ways of thinking about money and talent. I want it all. So we can do this, but I also want to hear about, you know, some like rich Wall Street Jewish kid who's gonna fucking light the world on fire. You know, give me a Steinberg or some shit who's gonna fucking tear it up. So,
give me Stephen Cohen Jr. That's who I want. Do you have a junior, Steve?
I just want Stephen Cohen. Why can't he? Can he just be the GM? Like, what the fuck? Just do it yourself. And
Brody, I cannot wait till you get fired. It's going to be such a glorious day.
I honestly don't even think Brody's the type of guy who I think when he gets fired, he's going to be like, yeah, I get it. Like if you get offered a job tomorrow, Clem, as the GM of the Giants, you're going to take it and you're going to suck at it and you'll get fired and people will hate you and you'll be like, well, yeah, I know I'm not a fucking GM. I'm a blogger. That was
You're not going to not take that job.
Yeah. He like threw his hat in the ring probably as like I don't fucking know. And the Mets are the dumb enough organization. I guarantee you when Brody got the job, he was like, what? Like, you didn't pick Chaim Bloom? You picked me? Okay, whatever. I'm going to do this for 2 years and I'm going to flame out and I can't even be mad. I really think that like, I think we can still be friends with Brody. I hope he goes back to the other side and that we get negotiations done with him where he's good at what he does. or not good at what he does because he only got Jacob DeGrom $137 million. You dumb fucking asshole.
Sorry, Jake. Pitch well tonight, Betty. And if he learns I almost blocked this too. If he fucking learns a knuckleball, I think Jake might just be like, Jake sees the writing on the wall. He's like, Steve Cohen's going to be here, and we are going to be awesome. My arm probably has like 5 more years of like dominance.
I got to extend.
And he could do it. Tell me that guy, the guy in Game 5 of the NLDS, can't go out there and learn a fucking knuckleball.
If that guy is Jacob DeGrom can do whatever he wants on a mound, you just got to put his mind to it and give him some time to do it. And now, all right, what if he goes out there tonight and he's like doesn't have it again? I don't like. I can't let him wear it. Just let him pitch like if he goes 6 innings and gives up like 6. I don't want you to pull him after 2 again. Just it is what it is. If he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it. I don't like this idea of. I know it was under the hamstring or whatever, but like, just let him pitch, let him do his thing. If he doesn't win the 3rd straight Cy Young, it's okay. And but whatever. No, you know what? I'm not even talking about this. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna fucking dominate. Yep. I just saw the line on SNY. I don't know who they're using. But if you got the Barstool Sportsbook out, it said the line for Jake strikeouts was set at 9.5. I mean, that's a pretty fucking big number. Even Jake could go out there and have an awesome night and not strike out 10. So if that is truly
and it's the Rays. The Rays only have 19 losses.
Yeah, right? I mean, that is I do think they put up a stat, though, that said, like, average against fastballs. They're like 29th in baseball or something like that. So maybe they just won't be able to keep up with his heat. But if that is the line and you can go bet on it, open up the Barstool Sportsbook and toss some cash down. I personally, I love the guy. I have the utmost faith in him, but just on a fucking value bet, I don't think, you can. It's hard to take it to the bank that the guy's going to strike out. I mean, am I crazy? That's like, I know he's
going to strike out 15.
Yeah, I know.
Bet the over.
Hopefully he makes me eat my words. I'm not doubting the guy. I'm just saying from a bet point of view, to ask a guy to go strike out 10 like it's an average night out there, that's a fucking lot. So whatever, either you want to bet the value or you just have the utmost faith in Jake. Go get the Barstool Sportsbook app right now, #1 app in the sports world. Place those bets. You can follow along with all the Philly guys tonight. You can bet on Monday Night Football as well. I believe our boy B. Walker got sent home Bailey Carlin style, so that's tough to see. I actually almost have to apologize. Nope, never mind. I'm not going to fucking apologize to Brandon Walker. But I saw him tweet about having a beer, and without reading the caption, I just tweeted, "You're going to get sent home." And then I realized that's actually what's happening, and he's getting sent home. So it's a tough walk home for Brandon. So let's look at the lineup here. Nimmo, McNeil, Davis, Smith, Cano, Alonso. That's kind of what they've been doing, right? That was the same lineup.
But who's missing?
Who's
Conforto.
missing? Oh shit! Yeah, wait a minute.
But they said that he tweaked his hamstring possibly. This is like really coming out late, but I just think that they're in Consolina themselves, and they're like, "There's only 7 games left in the season."
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know though. I've always debated what it would be like at the end of the year when you're out of it. Like, do you want to just sit out? Are you worried about injury, or do you want to just go out there and like kind of like not lollygag it or half-ass it, but just go out there and kind of like have a good night? I don't know. I don't know what they prefer. They're probably just like, fuck it, I'm so sick of baseball right now.
And Conforto's like, it's like being sick the last week of school. He's like, he doesn't have to go, and now he gets to go, and he gets to a new school where all the supplies are new and fresh, and the teachers aren't fucking morons. Right. It's gonna be so awesome, Mike.
Right.
Mike, we're locking. Uncle Stevie's locking it up. Like, Mike,
honestly,
Mike, enjoy this winter wherever the fuck you go.
I need to ask. I'm asking Tim Healy right now, or what is Joe DeMayo a writer or just a fan? What is he?
No, he's a writer.
He's a writer. Okay,
Joe
DeMayo. I know you're watching. I need somebody to take it upon themselves. What I want to know is if he's doing it, and if he is, what is he doing? I want to know about like overhauling the PR of the team and the image of the team, because I would imagine Steve Cohen's got to know that on top of everything on the field and actually baseball management, you've also got an image problem. And I want to know, like, I would love to hear that they're hiring some like new up and coming public relations like firm or star or something like that. Because if you ask me, that's almost as much of a problem as the performance on the field. Is that like, I want to, first and foremost, I don't want to be a laughing stock anymore. So I want somebody to, when everybody else is talking about, Alderson and GMs and everything else that's the high important positions. I also want to know what's going on behind the scenes for our image issues, because I think that you can probably fix those, and that's going to go just as long of a way as some competent management will. So get on that, Joe, or Tim Healy, or one of you motherfuckers. I think Kyle, you we'll wrap it up here. We got 2 minutes left, but Kyle, I believe you tweeted it saying it's funny watching all the beat writers with the shackles off now that the Wilpons are gone, and everyone's trying to be honest. All of a sudden,
except for Martino,
lying and slander is out there. Nobody's holding back anymore.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Shout out your boy J. Kid for calling out Martino too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No, please. What do you say?
Yeah.
J.A., when he lets it fly, he lets it fly. What do you say?
Yeah, J. Martino said something like, oh well, gotta give Brody credit for like knowing Cano's personality, and he has like a 1.1 or no, what was the exact quote? It was basically saying like,
he basically said that Cano has a high baseball IQ and that it was going to offset his aging because he'd still be able to hit because he'd know what pitches were coming, basically. And then the other one was that he went and got Chase and Shreve because he's perfectly fit for the 3-batter rule. So but then DeComo like subtweeted him, and because of the Marisnik thing, Marisnik's only played in 16 games, and we traded 2 pitching prospects for him, one of which has a 2.41 ERA with the Astros and 5 years of control for 16 games of a journeyman center fielder.
And then Jay actually quote retweeted Martino's thing and was like, if you're trying to convince yourself that, even though it's like been a short sample size for this year, he's like, Robinson Cano is like a 1.1 WAR plus in his 36 and 37-year-old seasons, and you gave up your number 1 prospect for him for all that and all that money.
There's no spin zone. There's no.
Yeah, and he said by saying what you said, you actually are snitching on how bad of a move it was. Like that is your positive, right? You're using. And I was like, Jay Hay
to the argument, yeah.
Oh, I love when Jay Hay is like tweeting Mets truth at people because he fucking knows his shit. And
surgical.
He's mean too. He's
never
mean.
Be wrong. Looking at these numbers here for Jake, we'll go right into the game. Go enjoy it. But 9.5's the number. I hope you're right. I hope he strikes out 15, and it's like I'm an idiot for ever even considering the other side of that bet.
I hope someone bet it. I would have bet this.
You can yell at me if you're wrong, and we'll see you on the other side tonight after a Jake DeGrom fucking gem. All right?
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.
Celebrate.